Really, really trying. I promise I pinged you. Ping pong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, la, ma. I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret while we getting this party started. One of these kids got me sick. One of these kids got me sick. Can't, can't you hear? Oh, well, howdy do? How are you? You're muted. You gotta unmute yourself. I don't have that type of power. Or maybe we just gotta wait because he's not ready. Maybe he's not ready. Ba-da-da. A-sa-da-da-da. Wabba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm gonna keep scatting until I hear your voice though. My headphones are in, my volume is up. I'm ready to start talking about two girls in one cup. All right, there we go. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
What type of time was you on?
First of all, it says 9:03 right there.
Two girls, one cup.
Oh, so I was just trying to rhyme. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Been going to
Oh,
improv class. Has nothing to do with this conversation though.
no, you got it. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's get this party started. Hello and welcome to the Social Butterfly Show. I'm Kat, and this is. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What up, though? My name is Asaka the Renegade, artist from Detroit, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I be rapping or whatever.
Is that all you do?
I mean, I'm kind of nice a little bit.
Only rapping? I promise you, I met you as a singer, songwriter, dancer, but
I
that's
know
up
you
to you.
wildin' with the singer, songwriter, dancer, all right, but I just started singing. You know what I'm saying? That's new.
What did you inquire though? Question mark.
Josh, stop putting my fucking business out there.
This is a podcast about
Damn.
you. So your business is supposed to get put out there at your leisure, though. At your leisure, my
Jesus
bad.
Christ. All right.
All right, so tell us what's been going on in your life. What are your upcoming projects? What's the latest thing that you've done?
So as of lately, I kind of just been pushing the space tape. You know, saying if you ain't heard it, go check it out. Um, I got a lot of shows coming up. More specifically, I have a show at P&B Rock June 24th, which is ironically the day after my birthday. So y'all gotta come. Y'all gotta come fuck with me on purpose because y'all don't have a choice. It's my birthday gift. Um, just really getting ready for that. I'm working on my space tape deluxe right now, trying to make it the best they can be because I probably won't be dropping projects for a while after this one. Um, And yeah, man, that's pretty much what I'm focused on. It's a couple things going on that I can't really speak on yet, but the surface level of what I can give.
You know, I love a good secret. Is there a reason you won't be dropping music for a while after this? I know you have like what, 10 EPs and albums altogether, maybe more.
I'm screaming. I in the vault, yeah, I got about like 10, 20 of them shits. But yeah, there's a very specific reason that I can't, discuss. But yeah, there's a reason.
That's fine. Okay. So, uh, with this show on the 24th, is there a specific song that you expect people to get the hypest to?
The bag, of course. You know what I'm saying? The bag is my biggest song right now. It's actually being spun on the radio as we speak. You know what I mean? Got the most streams off the project. It was all actually like damn near a year, but it just fit so well into the project. It was able to fit seamlessly, and it definitely boosted the numbers of the rest of the project. So the bag is really that song that's really gonna put me on the map. The bag is actually a song that got me booked on the show. Actually, being honest. So yeah, that's the song I'm focused on.
Has there been a favorite visual that you've done that you would like to shout out and get a couple more views on?
Not necessarily a favorite. Just I've only done one for the space tape so far. Um, if we talking about visuals in general, the project previous to this one, um, I had a video for a song called Solar, and that's actually a song that kind of put me in the position I'm in right now. Between that and Zoo Talk in the bag, of course. But if you got time, go check out my video Solar. It's on YouTube, of course, under my channel. And it's spelled SOULAR. So, go check that out. Have some fun.
Are there any activities that you've been doing when you're not working on music?
I like to focus. Well, lately I've been learning to focus on myself. My attention is always on everybody around me, and kind of helping everybody else. And I'm kind of learning to do that for myself. So, what I've been doing recently, I've been in the gym super heavy, like the last 6 months, or I'll say between 4 to 6 months. I haven't really kept track, but really just the gym in the studio, man. I'm just focused on bettering myself in every way possible. You know what I mean?
Would you like to talk about your experience with dance?
You said with dance, sure, we can talk about it. So I used to. I think my first big dance gig, I danced background for August Alsina, and then after that, I was a cast member on season 12 on So You Think You Can Dance. I only lasted like probably like a week or two though, but shit, I got to fly for Vegas for free, so I won in my book. I was cool. Um, what else? Just not a lot of background dancing work. Another artist I danced behind was Zeus Irons. I was dancing behind him for a minute actually before I broke out into artistry myself. Um, and yeah, just I've been in different things for dance, but those are pretty much like the big things. Oh, I was on America's Got Talent, but I don't even think I made it past the damn TV audition. I don't even think they aired mine, but I was there as a rapper dancer. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as dance goes. Oh, World
Do
of
you
Dance. I'm sorry. Sorry. My team is on World of Dance. A couple of them actually, and Prelude where we actually placed. Shout out Blackout Crew. You know what I mean? And shout out Next Level as well. Shout out Believe 3 as well. You know what I'm saying? These are all teams that I danced on. Blackout being my actual group that I had since high school. So okay, I'm done. That's it.
are you sure? Do you have any advice for dancers on auditioning for shows?
Yeah, just the biggest thing I learned doing like different conventions, excuse me, and between TV shows and different gigs is they really look for individuality. Like if you can implement the choreo with your own character, they really take a liking to that. So just do your best to, of course, follow instructions and stick to the choreo. But it's nothing wrong with making it your own, putting your own flavor to it. They really, 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 really look forward to that. You know what I'm saying? And just do it. Like even if you feel like you can't do it, go for it. It's a mental game. 90% of the things that we strain ourselves with is a mental game. If you don't feel like you can do it, then you won't. If you believe in yourself, I know it sounds cliche or generic, but it's true. You know, just go for it. Go all the way for it. Do you all the way, and it'll break for you.
On the stance of mental, two different pathways you could go down. How do you stay out of your own head? And also, what is your stance on mental health and the artistic community and the African American community?
It was like six questions at
It was
once.
only
I'm mad at that.
two.
No, hell no. All right. So one thing I do to answer two of your questions at once. Mental health is very important to me because I actually suffer from depression from a long time, and even though I'm still kind of like getting out of it, I'm in a space where I recognize it. So one of the things that is very important is recognizing, who you are to yourself. You know what I'm saying? As far as staying out of my own head, I just remind myself that I'm human. When I fall short on something that I wanted to accomplish, I just take a second, breathe, you know what I mean, and do something that calms my nerves and just, really just kind of bask in whatever ambiance of or situation I'm in, you know what I'm saying? Whether I'm just sitting outside thinking to myself, or if I'm upset and I cry and I let it out, it's just little tidbits that you could proclamate. Just remind yourself that you are a human being and know you're not perfect. Yes, you're gonna have a hard time, and yes, it does get better. And it's easier said than done. It's not a quick process. It does take time and healing, but that's time and healing that you put into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Um, as far as mental health in the Black community, I feel like it's twice as prominent because we're naturally born with so much baggage just because of all the scrutiny that we face just for the color of our skin. And you know people like to pretend like it doesn't exist anymore, but it does. You know what I'm saying? So our communities are broken. You know what I'm saying? Our education is all over the place. There are a lot of things that are deliberately placed within the Black community that's supposed to hinder us, and it's already an uphill battle to fight past that. And it's getting better with more Black leaders and, you know what I'm saying, more political studies that allow us to tap into our history completely and fully. But it's still a battle nonetheless, and we're one of the few races that has to battle just to learn who we are. Which is crazy. So that, on top of just living everyday life in this systemic depressive state that we are just born in, some of us, and it's very tough on us because a lot of us don't even believe in that ourselves. A lot of us don't believe that depression is something that can hold you back and stop you from going out, stop you from completing your dreams, make you want to take your own life. A lot of us don't believe in that until it happens. So it's a lot to take in, but it's very important that we pay attention to it and that uh, um, we give our all to doing what we can to, what I'm saying, understanding each other in a mental sense. You know, I think I answered all of them.
Okay. Next question. What are some things that you feel like are directly impactful on the mental health specifically of Black community that people can watch out for?
Um, that's a good question. If I was to be specific, definitely, and I don't want to sound like Huey from the
Sound like a
Boondocks, but
do it.
listen, our political system is fucking trash. Political justice systems are not made for us. They're not made to protect us, and I know that's something that plagues a lot of people's minds. Um, but just to put it in nigga terms, man, fuck the police. Like, that's one of the main things, at least that I've seen from where I'm from and how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? That plagues us the most is the way we're treated by people that's literally paid by our taxes to protect us. You know what I'm saying? These political parties don't give a fuck about us. Joe Biden ain't did shit since he's been in office. You know what I'm saying? On top of the little shit that we go through amongst ourselves that we deem as important, like money or like love lives or, just shit like that. It's really a mix of a plethora of things, that it's all individual, but it's all stemming to mental health is important for us, and we need to recognize that as an entire community.
Okay. I had a question about how you were raised. What is something that you didn't really appreciate in your childhood, but now you want to thank your elders for?
Chores, chores. I couldn't stand doing my goddamn chores, but as I've gotten older and realized how important they are for more reasons than one. I mean, of course, it's important to keep like a clean household. especially as an adult. You know what I'm saying? But chores held a certain potency of responsibility that transfers and carries into, whatever endeavors we choose to take on as adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember you're supposed to do your chores on time, just like as an adult, you remember you're supposed to pay your bills on time, so on and so forth. It's very small, but it definitely plays a huge part in a lot of aspects of my life, personally, at least.
What was your least favorite chore?
Raking the fucking leaves. I hated that shit. I couldn't stand that.
And we live in a place with a lot of trees. Cause I'm in the concrete jungle right now, so it's not like a lot of leaves, but I know it was a lot of leaves back in the day.
That's a fact. Like, that's a fact. Like, I couldn't stand that shit. And we had a leaf blower, but they made us rake anyway. I would never. Well, I ain't gonna say I would never understand. I understand it now, but that shit was. They used to irk my nerves.
So, what brings you peace in your space at home?
Music. I record at home. So if I'm in a fritz and I need to clear my mind, I just record. Or even if I just sit back and listen to music, you know what I'm saying? Flick my lights on and just play the game, just listen to some music, study hip hop, you know what I mean? Which I actually study hip hop, listening to the greats, picking up different rhyme patterns and practicing and stuff like that. So that's really primarily on giving me peace when, I'm all over the place.
Ooh, that just reminded me of two random things. Yesterday, I found a book by Questlove about the history of music and his experience with it. So that was awesome. It was free. It was on the subway. The universe
Oh,
gave it
that's
to me.
fire. That's fire.
And the second thing was, yes, making music in your house can bring you peace. But I was talking about like, oh, games. What games are you playing? Go.
Oh shit. Demon Slayer, you know what I'm saying? Blood Hunt just dropped, you know what I'm saying? Got Sifu, you know what I'm saying? Jump on the game, my man's play some Mortal Kombat, Fortnite, Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? Tekken, Tekken for sure. Yeah.
Tekken. Okay. Why do I feel like I hear a fork in your background? But that just might be me. I'm on the bus. So if you hear a random voice, ghost voice, that's definitely the bus lady. But I'm like a few stops away from me. Um, the next question I would like to ask is your biggest musical inspiration and inspiration as a person.
Um, my biggest musical inspiration would have to be it's between DMX and Kendrick Lamar. Um, they both kind of hold the same standard to me. They're both very detailed storytellers, and they're very good at telling from other perspectives and making you kind of feel like you're living within whatever they're rhyming about. J. Cole is up there too, but Kendrick and DMX, like the way that they depict their prophecies to me is what I want to be remembered for, and I'm actually learning to get a lot better at that and focus on that before I drop a whole project with that same like feel. As a person, um, my parents probably the most influential people in my life, just because not necessarily everything that they've done personally, but the things that they've went through and overcome. Yeah, it really inspires me like every day when I feel like I can't do something.
Did you see the new Kendrick music video? And if so, what did you think?
I actually just finished watching it, and this nigga's a genius, man. Like, it's a genius. It made me get up and stop what I was doing and start writing. I didn't even know what I was writing about, but it was very inspirational. Like, I grasped the concept immediately, and it's just very refreshing to see something so authentic done in today's age of music.
Do you have any tips for young men about how to be a grown man?
Um, Shit, yeah. The most important thing that I learned was because I'm kind of a street nigga, but I'm kind of not for real. Like I'm from you know the hood, but I never really indulged in like a lot of things that took place around me until I got older. And one thing I learned, the difference I immediately saw was just attracting like unwanted attention with the attitude that I was carrying, man. So one thing I would say, as a grown man, and I know niggas don't want to hear this, but like, not to sound cliche again, but nigga, it's alright to walk away, bro. It don't make you soft because you rather go home than deal with the extra shit. We live in Detroit. It's like it's not really too much room for the extra shit before something extra stupid happens. And I've honestly avoided a lot of situations just because I just chose to walk away. Didn't make me, you know, soft or nothing like that. I just chose to be the bigger man and walk off. So, it ain't nothing wrong with just saying my bad, moving on, or you know what I mean, just simply walking
We
away
don't
from
live.
people.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it. That's all I was gonna say.
I was gonna say that we don't live in a world of regrets. We live in a world of lesson. What do you feel like the biggest lessons that you've learned so far is?
Um, the biggest lesson I've learned so far is, I would say, pay attention. Um, I lost somebody close to me. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of people close to me, but I lost somebody close to me that I should have been paying attention to. And I've learned, but for a long time it plagued me and it changed who I was for a while. And I just learned a lesson, like pay attention to the people around you. Check on people, call on people. I'm not really good with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned personally.
I think we kind of talked about this, but you said you've been going to the gym recently. Is that your only form of self care?
Um, I wouldn't say my only form of self care. Nah, I take myself on dates. Like I go to the movies or something by myself, or like just go to a bar or something, kick it by myself, and just just kind of be free and peaceful. Kind of stay off my phone for a little bit, or I'll wake up in the morning. I might read. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. Between those things is kind of how I exude my self care. Right now, I'm actually reading Gucci Mane book. It
What
is
you
actually
reading?
pretty fucking good.
Gucci. What?
Yeah,
What is it
Gucci.
about?
It's about his life. It's pretty much about his life before he went to jail. And it's very fucking good. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I mean, what was the book you finished before that one?
Um, it's a book that I have called "Becoming Muhammad Ali." The book is good as well.
You like to punch things?
I do like to. Oh, you know what? That is something else that I do. I box. Like when I feel down or something, or even if I'm just getting extra work on it, I do choose to box, kind of release a lot of my anger, if you will.
We can call it emotion if you don't want to label it. I've been learning a
No,
lot.
it's definitely anger. Okay.
What is your cool down method if you can't get to a boxing bag?
Um, really, the game. The game kind of settles everything else. More specifically, if I'm playing with some friends, which by the time I'm on the game, they usually are on the game, so that definitely helps me a lot.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I have to learn the lyrics to this song. Do I know them? 85%. Is that professional with me? Is that professional with me? It's not. So I'm gonna try to sing it right now while I'm slightly congested. It's called Dream Your Dream by Sweet Charity Cast. No, but before I start singing, hold on. Baby, dream your dream. Close your eyes and try it. Dream of furniture. Dream that I can buy it. That fancy bed you paid for, not only bought but paid for. Dream we sign the lease, leave a small deposit. Three. I can't hear you though. It says you moved it.
Yeah, hello.
All right, see, I told you I couldn't hear you. When you said to your cool down techniques, then it just went off and I heard nothing.
Oh, yeah. I just said the game kind of settles everything for me. In short, that's pretty much what I said. Yeah, it's just yeah, especially playing with like friends of mine. You know what I'm saying? It really helps.
Online lifestyle, lit. Would you
No,
ever go into like the circuit? I know Evo has competitive gaming circuits.
uh, I did. I tried it once. It was actually pretty cool. It's just not really my thing.
Baki, Baki.
What about it?
Did you watch it?
I seen like a couple episodes, but I didn't finish them.
It got slightly emotional, but it was so CGI punchy punch.
Yeah, that's why I stopped watching it. It wasn't really interesting.
I'm pulling up my actual questions. Did you hear me singing?
Yes, I did.
Ooh,
That nigga said,
ooh.
"Oh,
I
oh."
actually have an audition next week, so I was kind of practicing. I was proud of myself because I knew all the lyrics up until the point where you were like, I'm still here, and I'm like, I should probably stop. That was a great intermission.
Yeah,
It's,
good job. Good job. You need that.
no. Thank you. Thank you. No. Hold on. Where is it? I asked you. What? Oh. So when you first started making your own music, what was your process of getting started?
Um, really just practice. I kind of just recorded until I felt comfortable with my voice, and then once I felt comfortable with my voice, I kind of focused on my pen, and so on and so forth. I would just fluctuate back and forth between those two things until I felt comfortable as an artist, and then I just went from there.
What do you do when you have block? Artist block. We're not even going to call it writer's block.
Um, I experiment. I try something new. Whether it be a new genre, a new tone of voice, a new vocal effect, or something. And then if that doesn't work, I kind of just take a break. Because if I have block, it usually mean I'm burnt out. I just take a break and kind of just listen to new forms of music. And just kind of like kind of figure what I like from what I'm hearing, and then take a second so I don't draw direct influence from what I'm hearing. Kind of let it marinate for like a day or two, and then I try again.
You know, we love a good marinated chicken.
Screaming. That's a fact.
So, would you like to explain the meaning behind your tattoo?
Yeah, which one? I got two.
Talk about them.
Um, well, my one tattoo, my renegade tattoo. Oh shit. My renegade tattoo is really just me kind of stamping my name as a renegade. You know what I mean? I kind of don't live by the means of anything that I'm supposed to, as far as music or just really even my lifestyle. Um, and then my other tattoo is from my brother that passed, Zoo. 1440 was like his mantra. There's 1,440 minutes in every day, and that's every chance you have to make an impact on the world. That's what he lived by. So I had to get that tattoo once he passed.
What type of impact are you trying to make on the world? We slightly touched on it, how you want to be remembered.
I just want to be relatable. Uh, I just want my music to kind of sit with people and make them feel as if no matter what position you are in, uh, you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. Because we like to compare ourselves to a lot of what we see, and I want to be seen as something that's obtainable. Something that could be done by somebody who doesn't even have dreams and ambitions, but feel like they want to change for the better. I don't want to do anything that's could be easily copied or that isn't remembered, but I want to do something to where people remember to be themselves in whatever fashion.
Do you prefer small, intimate audiences where you can connect with each individual that heard your music, or large stage, packed out?
I prefer small, intimate settings because it allows me to connect with the crowd in a way that the big stages don't. Even though I love rocking both, small stage is definitely where small stage is definitely where my heart is.
What's your favorite fruit? I'm passing a watermelon stand, so that's why it was kind of random.
Um, my favorite, let me not even weird. Favorite fruit has to be grapes.
Boulevard and West 145th Street. The power of editing. Please exit through the rear door.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I
I
don't know what
don't know.
happened. You keep cutting out.
I keep cutting out,
Yeah,
but would you mind repeating your favorite fruit one more time, please?
that's grapes. Grapes are my favorite fruit.
Thank you. What color grapes? Because there's multiple types of grapes.
Definitely white grapes.
White grape juice is really flavorful for some
You know what
strange
I mean?
reason. Very delicious. What's the last thing you cooked with all this exercise you're doing?
Last thing, I don't cook like that. My brother cooks. Sam. He makes spaghetti. I don't really cook too often. I'm not here enough.
Thank you, Sam, for feeding your bro.
Big facts.
So appreciate
Big facts.
so appreciate it. Do you have any thing you, because you said your parents are your biggest inspiration, is there anything you'd like to tell them that you haven't yet?
No, not really. I mean, I love him. That's about it. I tell him that every day.
When it comes to cinematography as well as choreography of your footage and visuals, how do you as the artist direct?
I kind of just communicate my vision to the cinematographer, and I like bouncing ideas off of him. You know, while we work, it's more natural that way. So that way, I'm not interrupting his vision, but at the same time, I'm making sure mine comes across.
Would you like to give him a shout out?
Yeah, shout out my man Specs, shout out Specs. That's like the main cinematographer that I use. Shout out Diego Cruz, dope cinematographer, excuse me, that I'm about to start working with a lot more, actually. And shout out my boy Dollar Jones. I worked with him as well. Definitely another dope guy. Like definitely the guy to go to if you're in Atlanta.
Dope, dope,
Oh,
dope,
excuse me.
dope.
And shout out Xerox Visuals as well, my dog. Definitely another dope. All these guys are fire. They all have different textures. None of these guys' textures are the same, but they're all incredibly dope within their own individuality. So shout out to these guys.
My brain just went off for a second. Wait, it's coming back to me. Your stylist for your videos. Cool. When it comes to clothes, movement, videography is one thing, like behind the camera, but putting the scene in front of it. How do you envision that per song?
Um, I imbue the energy that I carry when I make the song into the video. Um, I kind of I'm very big on like movies, so like scenery and visuals are very important to me. So usually when I'm doing a song, I can kind of damn near see the video as I'm making the song, and I kind of just write those ideals down. And then when it comes time to vision board it, I just kind of put everything together.
I remember my first question. It was, how's your lock journey going? And my second question from that is, what movies are your biggest inspiration? Because we talked artists specifically, but now I'd like to talk movies that have created you and created core memories.
My lock journey is going wonderful. I'm 8 years in now. It's going wonderful. I was trimming it for a while because I wanted to keep it at the same length, but now I'm letting it grow a little bit further, just to see, well, not just to see, excuse me, I'm just kind of complete my journey my own way. But it's going great though. I'm very thankful for my locks. Um, Marvel movies are kind of like my biggest inspiration because of how well they tie together to tell everyone's story, and even go as far as making insignificant characters significant. Um, so yeah, I'm a big Marvel movie buff.
I love DC cartoons. Marvel cartoons have kind of like let me down every time, but the cinematography ever since like Disney has picked them up has been quite indeed spectacular. Oh, right.
Yeah, you cutting out again.
Oh my bad. I said, have you seen the?
Have I seen what?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. What was the last thing you heard?
You asked me if I saw something, but I didn't hear what you asked.
Nice. Did you see the new Strange?
Yes, I did.
Comments,
Beautiful, fucking
concerns?
beautiful, back to back, start to finish, finish to start, beautiful.
Okay. Awesome. Now, we grew up on Marvel movies, but what's the worst Marvel movie in your opinion?
Morbius, Morbius is definitely a top contender. Um, uh, nah, it's Morbius. It's Morbius. Got to be Morbius.
Did you read a lot of comics?
I didn't necessarily read them. I will watch the audio YouTube videos where they would kind of like go through the comics, but I didn't read a lot of them. No, I just kind of kept up with the lore from different TV shows and video games and stuff like that.
Did you play a lot of like Marvel games?
Yeah, I pretty much played them all.
Them all?
Yeah, I even got the new Avengers game. I don't know why you play no more.
Nice. Um, we talked movies. Oh, social media presence. So something that I've noticed a lot since I moved to New York is how some people are like, you don't really need social media presence, and other people are like, it's basically your resume. So how do you keep up with your social media presence?
Um, Shit, I just make sure I post at least 2 to 3 times a day, or at least 6 times out the week. At least social media presence is actually very important, especially with artistry. I kind of don't see how you're an artist with, or at least a successful artist without a social media presence, because people have to be able to connect to you some type of way, other than just music. You know what I mean?
But Beyonce doesn't post every day. LOL.
If Beyonce had social media when Beyonce was trying to be who Beyonce is now, I promise you she would have.
So the next follow up question is, how do you keep your privacy when you have to post so much?
Easy. You just post something. You post. You don't personal. You post personable. If that makes sense. So I'm not. I would never post where I live or what I drive specifically. You know what I'm saying? But I will post that. I'm a regular middle class citizen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to get on here and lie to y'all and act like I'm. I post my wins and my losses. I don't just post when I up the bag or when I got a big show. If I got a competition or something and I don't win, I post that too, just to show my fans, like, or I don't even like saying fans, just to show my supporters, like, we don't win everything. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of post everything.
What's the difference between a fan and a supporter?
There's no difference. Name. I just don't like the name fans because fans kind of makes it seem like it puts me above the people who will support me, and that's how I feel. Like they might not feel like that. I know people that literally call themselves Osaka fans, and I appreciate it, but I like supporter better. It just sounds better.
What is the best type of supporter for you? Like someone who, because yeah, what's the best type of supporter? Someone who's at as many shows as possible or always reposting. Like, what do you appreciate most out of people who support you?
Um, it is just somebody who shows up. If I have a show or something, somebody who kind of makes it their business. My favorite type of supporter is a supporter that treats me the same way they act about these other celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like when they drop, they stop everything they're doing to listen. You know what I'm saying? And they give me that same type of respect. You know what I'm saying? That same type of attention, if you will. I don't want to say attention, but they give me that same type of feel that they give these major artists, who don't know them at all.
How do you perform if you feel under the weather?
uh, I really just push through it. Honestly, that's nice. I don't really have a formula for that. I just kind of push through that, and then I face the consequences afterwards. My body tells me I shouldn't have did that, but you know, it come with the game at this point.
Did you? Oh, I know you play video games now, but did you play with action figures when you were younger?
Absolutely, every day.
Which kind? Like, I
Power
had the
Rangers,
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers every day. I had every Power Ranger toy ever. I'm convinced. Shout out to my pops. I had all them.
Did you like throw them? Because my little brother used to have Hot Wheels, and he would like drag them across the floor. And basically, he invented Rocket League before it was Rocket League. Like you would hear them crashing and
Oh
like
yeah,
being
yeah, yeah. That's kind of how you play with them. That's kind of how you supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, oh, what are three things that you want to implement in your kids or your offspring, even if it's like someone you're just mentoring? Like I still work with youth to this day, so if a kid under 18 was listening to this, what would you try to tell them and like really get across to them?
Um, Learning from failure is very important. You're not supposed to win at everything. You know what I'm saying? When you do lose, you learn from those moments. And you put that same knowledge to the next thing that you step towards. Uh, take notes. Take notes for sure. Um, I used to hate taking notes in school, but taking notes have literally stopped me from missing out on opportunities more times than I can count. You know, and keep your integrity, man. If you stand on something, stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let money or, you know what I'm saying, an opportunity or something like that take you away from, you know, your morals. You know, stand tall on your integrity.
What does kindness mean to you? Like, what does kindness look like? And how do you practice it?
Selflessness. Just living life without thinking about yourself all the time, man. Just, you know, putting yourself in other people's shoes is like the biggest form of kindness to me because you never know what somebody else could be going through. And, you know, for us, like going through life every day, you know, well, I'll speak for me. I'm going to say for us. For people who seemingly live normal lives, going through life for us every day, you know, our biggest issues aren't somebody else's biggest issues. My biggest issue right now is trying to pop, you know, figure out what I need to do to get to that next step. Where there's somebody's right now whose biggest issue is figuring out what they're gonna eat tonight. You know what I mean? And I would know because I used to be in that position. So, you know, really just living selflessly and you know, not putting what your life is to you above what somebody's life is to them.
Oh, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
Uh, go bump the space tape, man. Go bump the goddamn space tape.
If you could tell something to yourself in the past and something to yourself in the future, what would you say?
Um, to my past self, start rapping, nigga. Start rapping right now. Fuck what anybody else might think. Just start rapping. You nice. Everybody gonna find out. Just start rapping. Go do that show that you were scared to do. Start rapping. To my future self, put it up. I know you want to spend some money, buy some chains. Put that shit up. Invest. Check on your mama. Check on your pops. Check on your brothers. Check on your sisters. Check on your family, and put that shit up.
What's your dream chain look like?
Uh, a Cuban link, probably 20 inches because I'm a tall nigga. With a tiki mask. My tiki mask for my label, the Regime pendant,
You haven't said a word about your label.
because it's
Like,
one of them things I'm trying to keep in the wraps right now.
all right, we'll let it be for now. Um, let me see. Anything else I want to ask you? What would you come back as if you could be any creature? Insect, bird, mammal, fish.
Eagle,
All I think of is fly like an eagle.
literally.
Is there a specific reason? Like,
They can fly, and they're not the typical bird. You know what I'm saying? They still have enough freedom. They're a symbol, even though for a fucked up country, but they're symbolic. You know what I mean? And of course they can fly. You know.
okay. Huh. Final shout outs. Where we can find you, spell your name out, drop your website, where's your music.
Shout out to the regime. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to Jupiter. Shout out, um, shit. Shout out me. Shout out to Space Day, man. Hi, mom. Sup, pops. Y'all make sure y'all check out that space tape, man. Available on all streaming platforms. Again, my name is Asaka. Y'all can follow me at, Asaka the Renegade. Y'all can find me on Instagram. Y'all can follow me at Asaka 3.0. That's ASAKA 3.0. And y'all can find me on Twitter at Asaka RGME. And it's ASAKA and then RGME.
Well, you know, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What's your first vacation spot when you get where you want to be?
Definitely Barbados.
Good. Well, coming at you from the past, right now in this very present, I thank you for joining us in the future. This has been the Social Butterfly Show with Asaka the Renegade. Thank you so much for joining me on episode 3. You will
Of course, of course. Thank you for
find
having
us on the internet and have an amazing day. Thank you.
me. Thank you. Thank you. You as well.
Goodbye.
All right.